McDonald's, but
I'm beating the entire Plasma Pulse series. You know, you'd think I'd have a more dignified way of checking if my mic works, but I don't. Sad to see you dropped a Minecraft movie, but good luck on this, thank you. I will need it, this level is god-awful. So yeah, let's run through this level and show you exactly what I have a weird history with this level, like it's... Without question, it's the level I've dropped the most amount of times. Like, I've dropped this level somewhere between 4 or 5 times, in the interim between me doing Crazy and 1929. There's a very specific reason for that that's coming up in a little bit. Even without that specific reason, this level's just not good. Like, the gameplay isn't very fun at all. This UFO is just extraordinarily jank, as I'm sure you can see just by my click pattern. If the entire level was like this, it wouldn't be that bad. Like, yes, it would still be janky, but yeah, it wouldn't be that bad. This is the single section that has made me drop this 5 different times, and it is the reason that despite playing this in 2020, I still have not beaten it to this day. This is... Of course I do it first try there, but that duel is so unbelievably janky. Can I do 40-100 by accident? Now, don't get me wrong, this is so easy that it'll probably take like 3 seconds at most, assuming I get lucky with the duel, which... that's not gonna happen, let's be honest. You can get that back there very quickly. Like that. 1.9 and 2.0 were so janky, I love them. It's like a spectrum. Like, on one hand, you have levels like Colorful Overnight, where it's like, yes, it's jank, but it's so much fun and so satisfying that you can sort of ignore the jankiness. But then on the other hand, you have stuff like this. Yep. Knew that was gonna happen. Ship physics and duel are so jank. What's that Andromeda Easy Demons with Flirt? Oh, it hosts. I think that's Robotic Rush. I remember you beat that and you had some not very kind words for it. Have I never heard of this level yet? It is in a really popular series. I mean, I think it would be reasonable to... No, it would not be reasonable to assume the series started at Plasma Pulse 3, but I don't know, maybe this guy's just Yoda and the series is going 3, 4, 1, 2 makes sense. But yeah, this was the first level in the series, and it's also the worst level in the series. So, you know, 2 adjectives that end in first. Yay! I beat Plasma Pulse. This song sounds like an ear infection. Yeah, I don't like the song that much. Feels very good to have that done. Oh, I have been waiting for so long to do this. Ridiculous. Alright, so now we are moving on to Plasma Pulse 2. Now this level is 2.0, and it's less, it's turkey emoji. It's less stupid, but it is still stupid. Less stupid does not mean not stupid. And this one also has coins. Luckily they're, like, really easy, if not completely free. Alright, there's a duel. So, okay, here's the thing. The other, like, most of the gameplay leading up to this is actually, like, really, really fun. Unfortunately, the duels are still stupid. They're less stupid, but they're still stupid. And then here's the last duel, which is... so, it is really stupid. There's a specific choke point up here that requires, like, this weird set of clicks with, like, boom, 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 like, top, bottom, top, bottom. It's really hard to get right. So yeah, I'm absolutely expecting a 95 death. Looks like something... Chair Demon, I love... Yes, Cadrega City, but I love that name for Cadrega City. Just Chair Demon. I don't know why I'm having, like, all the same nervous reactions that I do on extremes. Like, I am at 50% in a easy to mid-tier insane demon. I should not have that sort of reaction. So now that I'm thinking about it, what does Fortnite classify as? Because I don't think it can be considered. Is it third person or first person? Just because of like the nature of Fortnite, like you're looking at your character or your character's back, I guess. It can't really be considered first person because it's not exactly from their perspective, but it's not. I don't think it's third person either. You know, I'm gonna practice the duel because I do not feel good with the duel today. At least the first duel. Second duel I feel kind of okay with, minus 95, but YOLO. Did I seriously just get a new best in practice mode? Hi Aim, how you doing? Why do I recognize that name? Oh, it's you! Yeah, I'm not doing much of anything, just playing Plasma Pulse 2 and talking about Garden Warfare games. It's insane that you remember me. I mean, hey, if someone puts my video in the same video as Menace, like when talking about their favorite levels, I'm probably gonna remember that person. And I know the two levels are there for wildly different reasons, but still. And then I'm going to just oops. I forgot that was auto. Play question. I'll get to that eventually, okay? Are you planning on building a level again soon, or are you not focusing on creating right now? Not really focusing on creating, because I have like actual stuff to do when it comes to playing. Like I have varied projects, but once I start Plasma Pulse Finale, I'll probably start building another level. I have ideas for a couple levels, including one that uses the Macklemore song, but we'll just have to see. Bruh. Huh? What? No, that wasn't even a speech bubble death. That was just a straight up a reverb fork.mp4 death, which I'm definitely going to put in the video because I have the immaturity of the maturity of a 12-year-old. Dude! Again, fart noise death. Alright, time for 95 death. Or not. Ha! Huh? That is a single pixel! Imagine Jack Blank playing G&D and you just get triple spike. Yeah, what was that death? That was bogus. What?! Okay, that was just straight up not fair. Can I just say memes suck nowadays? Hey, Cannon Carl, what's up? Yeah, memes nowadays are not what they used to be. Let's just say that. Yeah, for some reason, Cannon Carl, I've spent almost an hour on Plasma Pulse 2. I do not know why. I thought it would take like half an hour at most. Okay. Facts is rated but not with crop. I don't want to get into a crop clicks. Like I could usually see the history behind levels like that are like super old but rated, even though I started in 2017. Like I can usually see the history behind those kinds of levels being enough to justify rate. I don't see it with the crop with Wacropolex. It's just a remake of a terrible 1.9 level that I'm pretty sure was made to be impossible. Like it's not a good level. It doesn't even have a proper song. Favorite extreme. Okay, you're weird. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're weird. Hi, Mycosis. How you doing? Yeah, I'm not very good at Plasma Pulse 2. clickbaiter! Let's go! Yes! This one I will count my attempts because I know I'll have an actual number. So 1037 on this plus 17 on this, that's 1054. Honestly, the level's not that bad. I was just playing bad. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream now and maybe do some editing on the video. Maybe, possibly, I don't know, but whatever the case may be, I will see you all next week for Plasma Pulse 3. Hi, it's Editing Doge. I'm gonna be honest, the third part of the video is the worst part. For two reasons. Number one, I was really sick, like really sick the day I streamed this. And number two, for some reason, I don't know if it was Twitch or if it was my internet, but the stream itself is just like potato. There's so many frame drops. Like I checked OBS after like at some point in the stream, and it said the frames dropped was somewhere like 5%, which is usually at like it's a rarity for that to see 0.1%. So yeah, if you want to skip to the completion, I completely understand why, and I will leave a timestamp on screen right now for you to do so. If you would rather sit through the highlights first, well, I'm honored, and I will stop yapping and let you see those. Dude, my sub box today has been nothing but Connect Star Wars Galactic Dance-Off videos. I am extraordinarily tired, and my allergies are acting up, but when have I ever let that stop me? Let's be real. So today, we are playing the final level in my way before starting a new hardest. I've been playing a bunch of try-trials, but today we're playing the last level that I'm going to beat before starting my new hardest. And here it is, Plasma Pulse 3. Because this is an extreme, I'm going to run through, do a full practice run. I'm going for all the coins in this level, just to tell myself that. And there's 2 triple spikes. Yep. So there we go. That was an 18-10 practice run. My confidence still isn't that high. It's still only like 30% at most. But you know, I've been waiting for so long to start my new hardest, and this is the last thing I would have to do before starting it. So let's go. Although it's going to be really underwhelming if I beat this in like 10 minutes. I might have found the easiest extreme in the game. Alright, what is it? I missed the second coin, crap. Well, I got more than 1% new best. 1k for first drop attempt. Dude, my hardest was crazy at the time, okay? Like, I was not good at the game. If that's not enough, I don't even think that was like in the time where I didn't do any other hard demons. So my second hardest was probably something like, I don't know, Hell by Sir Punch. Ah. Oh well. Oh, yep, there's a giant lag spike. Something I was thinking about last night is, it's honestly crazy how different, or how much difficulty progression, or difficulty perception, my bad, has evolved throughout the years. Because, like, I assume most people know about the level that is currently Grief, which is basically Old Slaughterhouse, and I assume most people know about Death Corridor. As far as I remember, in a list from, like, 2015-ish, like, somewhere around the start of 2.0, Death Corridor was the 19th hardest impossible level, and, Old Slaughterhouse was the 18th hardest impossible level. It might be flipped. I'll check when I'm editing. But to give you an idea of how whack difficulty perception was at that time, Sakoop in Hell was number 14. Yeah, Sakoop in Hell. The level that's like somewhere in the 500s on the already Extreme Demons list today. Thought to be harder than both Old Slaughterhouse and unnerfed Death Corridor. And in case any of you have never seen Death Corridor, I will put because it's, in fairness, it's a pretty old level. I'll put a clip over this when I'm editing, just to give you an idea of how ridiculously difficult it was, because it was so hard. Alright, sure. You know, that is a thing that happened. I mean, hey, clearly the practice I did had some effect. Yeah, oh well. Was that the attempt after 75 or like the attempt after 75? Whatever the case may be, I'm consistent. I promise the UFO is hard. I'm just getting so lucky. Yeah, sorry I'm not talking much, but A, you know, allergies, and B, I'm so consistent. Yeah, I accidentally hit W when I was mid-attempt. The thing is that probably, that's only, you have W bound to jump. What was the level? I know there was a level where Doggy had every key jump toggled on by accident, and then he accidentally hit middle click, and that killed him at like 70 something on a level. I don't remember which one it was though. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to pause. I'm trying to beat levels without pausing, because like I really do not care for all of the drama that happens when someone pauses during a completion, but sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's easier for me to feel like I just have to pause. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm probably gonna cut the stream short. I don't want to have to do this. Like, I really just do not want to have to do this. But I'm just, I feel awful physically, and you know, I don't know how well my internet will continue to hold up. I'll record some later tonight and just hopefully try to get it out of the way. But yeah, this is about where it pretty much has to end if I wanna be able to ensure that I'm feeling okay when I beat this. And you know, I think even despite the lag, I think I got enough out of this stream to justify the full content video, so I'm happy. Nice. Oh god, my chest hurts. Ow. Oh god, ow. Well, you know what? At least I flew to the last part. That is absolutely a win. I will absolutely take that. Alright, now to count my attempts. So there's probably going to be a lot because 1, I was not in the best physical health when I play this, and 2, this level eats attempts surprisingly quickly, so just take whatever the final attempt count is with a grain of salt, okay? Okay, so Jesus Christ, that's a lot. So 3,145. More than it took to beat most of the levels I've been playing nowadays. Oh well, not bad. Alright, so I have nothing else better to do, so I'm going to give my opinion on all 3 of the first 3 Plasma Pulse levels that I've beaten. Starting with the original, there's a reason I dropped this so many times. It is genuinely one of the worst playing levels that I've ever beaten. Like, I'm serious. Your experience with this level, especially if you're already good at the game, like, better than you need to be to beat it, is literally just going to be, you get to the duel pretty much every attempt, and then just die to something stupid, and whatever attempts don't make it to the duel are entirely, like, they're just all deaths at the UFO directly before it, and it is incredibly frustrating. It's unbelievably boring. There is, like, no good things to say about this level's gameplay. I am so happy that I finally have it over with, and I never have to touch it or think about it ever again in my entire life, because just... Plasma Pulse 2 is better, but it's still not great. Like, yes, the gameplay outside of the duels is actually worth your time for once. Like, and as I'd actually go as far to say it's genuinely pretty fun, but the duels are still stupid, especially the second one. 95 is one of the biggest choke points in the entire level. I have no idea how I never died there. I should have easily died there, like, 5 or 6 times. Like, I have no idea how I fluked it. And the first duel is just a bunch of nuance, basically, and it can be a little bit annoying because the level building up to that is actually fairly easy, but yeah. So it's definitely, don't get me wrong, the second level is definitely better than the original, but it's still not great. Finally, Plasma Pulse 3 is where I think the series starts getting really good, because for the first time in this entire series, I actually enjoyed the gameplay more than I hated it, which is ridiculous considering this series. Like, maybe it's just because there was only one duel and it was, like, really short, but yeah, this was pretty easily the best of the 3 gameplay-wise that I beat. And honestly, I'd say it's the best decoration-wise. Like, it actually looks really solid for early 2.0. And, yeah, the coins were a little bit stupid to figure out, especially the first one, but, you know, they're basically free. I know I didn't get the second coin, but that's just because I didn't feel like it. Yeah, I will get that. I will rebeat the level and get that at some point in the future. I would also like to apologize to Technical for so many years of thinking that he was exaggerating with that line in his description, the line about dying in the last 40% 80 times. I always thought that was an exaggeration, despite him literally saying that it wasn't, but nope, that's just how this level goes. I got way luckier, thankfully. I only died in the last 40% 25 times, and that's including 60% exactly, and not just everything past that. But yeah. Overall, Plasma Pulse 3, pretty good level. It's held back a little bit by 2.2 issues, but those are pretty easily overlooked when you consider how fun the rest of the gameplay is, so it really wasn't that big a deal. So yeah, this is a pretty interesting thing to look back on, if nothing else. Like, it's interesting to see how this series progressed over time from 1.9 to very early, like very, very early 2.0 to pretty much early 2.0, and it's gotten quite a bit better. It's not perfect, but it's gotten quite a bit better. Oh, and one final thing. When I said I'd be beating the entire Plasma Pulse series, I meant the entire series. Now, you might be sitting there at home and thinking, you're actually going for finale? You're insane! That's way too hard! And yeah, that might be true, but when has that ever stopped me? Oh god, what have I gotten myself into?